So in this video I am going to show you how to solve a Rubik's Cube. It's fairly simple once you understand the concept of it. You'll start making a white cross. Sorry, that is yellow. You'll start making a white cross, followed by solving the first layer, then the second layer, and then the third layer. So as you can see, this is a officially branded Rubik's Cube. We are not going to solve on this one because listen to this. That is horrible. Not only that, oh god, I can't even begin to explain how horrible solving on one of these is. Yeah, just don't go for a Speedcube. Some kind of Speedcube, whether it's GAN, MoU, or Yushin, or anything but Rubik's. You'll thank me later. So, let's do a quick scramble. Just as a side note, listen to how quiet that is compared to this. Oh. Listen to that. Oh, so much nicer, so much quieter. It will keep everybody around you much, much happier. So, random scramble, nothing in particular, just bleh. Okay, so let's start with the white cross. We're going to take these four, where's the other one? There. These four edge pieces, and we're going to orientate them in such a way that it makes a nice little cross, but it also lines up with the centers of the other sides. So, we can start with this green. If we lift this green straight into that layer, we'll see that it's lined up with blue, so that's wrong. But what we can do is turn it twice, and it puts it here. Okay, next we need to put this blue here. So the easiest way to do that is to move the top layer, lift it in, and move it back. And now we've got the start of our cross. We've got this one here, and this one here. Doesn't matter which way we do it. This red needs to go here, but if we do that, it's flipped the wrong way. So what we need to do is drop it down into the center layer, move the top layer over, lift it up, and turn it back. And now we've got that in there. So as you can see, this is flipped as well, so we need to drop that down into this layer, move the top layer over, and do this, and put it back. Therefore, making the white cross. Some things that you may run into is something like that, where you think you've done your cross and it doesn't line up with the right color. Simply put it into this layer or take it down to the bottom, whichever is more comfortable with you. Line it up with the center and rotate it in, and then you can line this orange one up, rotate it around twice, and it's in there. Now that we've got our white cross, what we need to do is fill in the rest of these corners with the rest of the white pieces. So the easiest way to do that is flip the cube upside down so that white is on the bottom, and from now on we will refer to this as the bottom layer. This being the bottom layer, we can insert these white pieces from the top layer down into the bottom layer, and I will show you how to do that now. So to move one of these pieces down into the bottom layer, we do something what is called sexy move. It's just a simple algorithm which rotates one of the sides, then the tops, brings it down, and then you rotate the top back. So to show you that again, we will do L prime, U prime, L, U. So that's what's known as a left-handed sexy move. The right-handed sexy move is if we want to, let's say this was a white and we needed to put it down here, we would go R, U, R prime, U prime. One more time. R, U, R prime, U prime. Don't worry if you don't understand the annotations or letters. I'll put some notes in the description if you need or want to learn that. Just go off looks when you're starting out because it'll make it a lot easier. So We have this one corner. We need to get this blue, orange and white into this corner here. So we'll line it up at the top. We need to place it down into this corner. So we'll do the right-handed sexy move because the white is facing to our right. So R, U, R prime, U prime. And then we put it in. Okay, so we've got the green and orange here that needs to go directly below. In the process of putting this one in, it will take this white one out into the top layer so that we can place it where it needs to go over here later. So because the white is facing to the left, we can do a left-handed one like so, and this lines up perfectly that we can move over here and place it in with a right-handed one like that. Then you've built your entire bottom layer now. So moving on, we now need to go to the center layer, or what is known as the second layer. The easiest way to do this is to look on the top layer for any edge pieces, that's pieces with 2 colors, not 3, edge pieces without yellow in it, because yellow is the top color, you won't get any yellow in these side pieces. So we've got all these to choose from, so let's just start with the red and green here. What we need to do is we'll line up the red and green over the color that is facing you, not the color on top. So line the center up with the front facing color. So once we've lined up the center, we look at the other color on top, it's green. Green is over here, so we know that this piece needs to go into here. So to do that, what we need to do is turn the piece away like that, so it's lined up with the opposite color, and then we'll do a right-handed sexy move to take that piece out. So we've got the white facing us now and the red over here. With that, we will then rotate the cube following this piece over so that it's on our left hand now, and then we will put this in as if we're doing a left-handed insert to the bottom layer. By doing that, when we lift it up, it catches onto here, grabs these 2 pieces together, and then comes down and places it in exactly where it needs to go. So to show you that again, over and in. Okay, so that is our first centerpiece in. Then we just need to do that with the rest of the colors on top that are not yellow. So red and blue here, we will align with the blue center. It's red, so we need to turn it away from the red on the side here by doing that. And then we'll do the right-handed sexy move because it's on our left, like that. Lines this up perfectly to rotate the cube around. Picking that one up with the next sexy move and bringing it in. Okay. So this one is in and it needs flipping. So we will get to that in a moment. So we'll just do this one for the time being whilst it's easier to do. So we've lined the orange up just like that. It needs to go in here. So we'll move it away from where it needs to go into. And then do a left-handed sexy move to take it out. Rotate the cube round, follow this piece round, and then up, over, and in. That places that right in there. Okay. Now the one that's left, we've got all yellow pieces left on top, so we just need this one. It's in the right place, but it needs flipping over. So to do that, we just take it out using a normal sexy move, rotate round. So you're basically undoing everything with inserting one of these edge pieces in. Okay. Now we'll line it up, face it away from the blue that it needs to go into. Do the right-handed sexy move, rotate the cube, do the left-handed sexy move, and that's flipped that piece. So that is now the first 2 layers of the cube solved. So when it comes to doing the top layer, the easiest way we can do it is to make a yellow cross, very much in the way that we did the white cross earlier. To do this, you may have a couple of different orientations or things or looks or colors on top. You might have a single dot of yellow, you might have this L shape here, you might have a straight bar, or you might already have a cross. If you've already got a cross, great, leave it and move on. If you've got a dot, an L shape, or a horizontal bar, then we can do something like this. So we move the front down, we then do a sexy move and lift the front up. Okay, that will give us the horizontal bar if we had the L shape. If you're getting confused and you've got a vertical bar, don't worry, just move the top layer over and it becomes a horizontal bar. So when we've got the horizontal bar, we do the exact same thing that we did before, and that gives us the cross. Now if you're smart and you understand basic things, we've done an F move and then another, undo that F move, and then another F move directly after it, so it kind of eliminates the need to do that F move. So once we've done that, we've got the bar there, but we don't need to undo this F move. We can just go straight into another sexy move and give us the cross. If all your top's yellow, you've got the cross. So now we need to orientate the edges of this cross so that they all line up. You will get at least two which line up. So these two line up, but these two don't. So find on your top layer, just by rotating it around, what lines up with what. For me, it's the orange and the green. Then we need to place the ones that line up towards the back and towards the right. So, like so. And then we'll do the following algorithm. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Followed by a U move, which will place the rest of the pieces where they need to go. So that's our cross done and all lined up. So just to show you that again, we start with the lined up pieces towards the back and to the right. We then do an R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime, U. And by doing that, we line up the cross. So once we've got our cross lined up, we'll then move on to the corner pieces. Now, if you have a look around, you may have some pieces already correct or some pieces incorrect. What I mean by that is if a piece is in the right place, this piece would have green, orange and yellow on it, but not necessarily facing the right way. That's fine. If you have that, place that colour towards the bottom right. I don't, so it doesn't really matter. I can start anywhere. So once you've got the piece that you want to keep in the same place, put it in the bottom right. Then we'll go over, up, over, up, over, down, over, down. And that will cycle these four corners around. So we can have a look. This is in the correct place because it's got green, red and yellow in it. It's just not orientated in the right direction. This is in the wrong place because it's got green and orange, and there's not green or orange here. So with that information, we'll keep this in the bottom right and we'll do that algorithm again. So across, up, back, up, across, down, back, down. And then we'll have a look around the cube again. So this has solved itself. That might happen on yours. You might have two that aren't solved and two that are. Just, it's random at this point, let's call it. So this is in the correct place, this is in the correct place, and this is in the correct place. Once you've got all four corners in the correct place, we will then move on to the final step, which will solve the cube. So, moving on to the last step, you should have four corners that are all orientated in various ways. They might be solved, they might not. And then the edge pieces of this yellow layer will all be solved. Now what we need to do is turn the cube upside down again, so we've got white on top. And then we need to put any of these yellow pieces in our bottom right. Please pay attention to this because you can mess up the entire solve. My child likes to mess this part up massively when I was trying to teach a beginner method. So let's let's carry on. So we do sexy move, followed by another sexy move, and that will place the yellow facing straight down. If your yellow started off facing you, you might need to do a couple more sexy moves to get the yellow facing straight down. Now, do not move these two layers whatsoever. If you move these, you'll wreck it. So with this facing straight down, rotate the bottom layer over so that the next yellow piece is next to, in the same slot we were working on. So if we look at it this way, we are working on this slot completely. We are not messing with the rest of the cube, we are just moving around this slot. So we take the yellow over to this slot, there's the slot, and we do sexy move again. And that faces that straight down. Okay? We'll do it again, move this piece over, because this is the last piece we need to do. Once this faces down, it'll solve the rest of the cube. Sounds like voodoo the first time you do it, and it's insane. It doesn't make any sense, but then once you start learning more about it, you understand why it works. So, sexy move, followed by one more sexy move, and that will solve the cube. That is how to solve a 3x3. If you have any questions or comments or whatever, please ask away. If there's anything you think I need to revise about this video, please let me know and I will do my best. This was a very dangerous thing for me during lockdown, because I first learned how to solve a cube then, and from that point it's just kind of become this crazy hobby that I just want to get faster and faster and faster and faster at solving it. So with that in mind, if anyone else is interested, if anyone else wants to learn, I will put some more tutorials up of how to get faster, different methods, annotations, all that kind of stuff. I will be posting a few more example solves of how to use beginner method, and I will talk through the entire process, and I'll have a link for that just here. So if you need to see a couple of different examples of how to do things, that'll be the video you'll want to watch. I might throw in a few little tips or tricks depending on whether it makes sense during those solves. Anything that I might have missed out during this video would definitely be included in it. I don't think I've missed anything out, but can never be too sure, right?